Hello, welcome to changing your oil. So what we're looking at is 2002 Acura TL Type S. Um, type of fuel that it takes is fully synthetic, 5W20. If you're ever curious what it does take, it says it right on the cap. So one of the tools you'll need is a 17 millimeter, whether it's a socket wrench or whatever. Part number that we have for this is HM3593A. That's HM's high mileage. And then your little funnel, you have your pan, just a rag. So I'm going to kind of do this as a basic how-to. This is very, very simple. You'll save a lot of money. I think between the oil and the filter, I spent $23. And most of the time they're charging for fully synthetic about $60. So this is your dipstick. This is how you check how much oil you have in your reservoir. This right here is where you actually add oil. So we'll go ahead and open that up. Set that there. I just like to prep things, so in this case, I'll pull my dipstick out. A little rag to clean that off. I'll keep that out. And that right there. That's where the dipstick goes into. So, first step is we're going to take our 17 millimeter. We're going to go down underneath the car. And as you go, you'll see your exhaust coming back. To the right of that, you'll see a pan. It says engine oil. And then right there is the nut we need to pull out. So grab my pan. If you're doing this, ensure that you are thinking this through. So don't do it while your engine oil is still hot. Allow your car to cool down. So the way this is going to drain out, initially the fluid's going to come out in a pretty good distance, pretty good stream. And you want to try and catch this little lug nut. You're going to get oil all over your hands, so just have that plan in place. So you see it's streaming out pretty good right into my pan, and then that's going to start streaming down and just dripping. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little nut there, I'm going to pull it out, clean it off. So now that we're done with this, now remember I already started it and then I just made it to where I could finger pull it out just for time. So I'm done with that for right now. Go ahead and click it to where it's ready for tightening. And once that stream starts to slow down a little bit, we're going to be changing our oil filter. There's probably one of the most important things that you need to know when you're changing your oil filter. You see this black right here, this black gasket? If you don't, when you take this off and you don't check to see if that gasket's come off with your filter, and you put this on, then you're going to have oil just spewing out. You're going to hear a real loud just spraying sound. And you're going to have to shut your engine off, take this off, and then take the gasket off and re-put this one on. You're going to lose a little bit of oil, but it's not going to be a dramatic amount. You're not going to be out of luck, if you will. go ahead and set that down there. Kind of some tricks I like to do. One is look at how much oil your car can actually handle. I've been doing this so long, I believe mine's 4 quarts. Really haven't paid too much attention since then, but since this is 5 quarts, I flush out some of the old oil, just pouring it in a little bit, so then that way we know that we're getting any type of grime out of the engine that we need to. And I do that whenever I take my filter off as well, because I don't want the filter in there. Alright, so that should be calm it down. Oh, now it's down to drizzle. So once it's down to drizzle, we're going to remove our oil filter. So, right there's your oil filter. So you go from your wheel right there, see your little cross beam, and there it is. So I readjust the pan a little bit, make sure I'm catching all this. There's still going to be oil in here. And I just drop that right in there. So, let me get some of this oil off my hands. So right now, I can see there's no gasket left on there, so I'm good. Always make sure you do that, because if you don't, just another thing you have to do, jack the car back up. Alright. So now, let's run some oil through.
Daddy.
Hold on, buddy. So we run that oil through. It's just going to increase a little bit of fluid. So I see my fluid's coming out pretty clear. That's what I want to see. That means that I'm getting as much of that out as I possibly can. So my first step is I'm going to take this bolt, I'm going to put it back in my pan, and then the next step after that, I'm going to put my filter on. Remember, whenever you turn this bolt the first time, turn it towards the passenger side, and that's going to loosen it up. And then towards the driver's side, to tighten it. So let me move that a little bit. Yep. Alright, so that's done. Then I'm going to take my filter, make sure you don't cross-thread this, just slide it on there, nice and easy, should just spin right on. This is one of those ones that you do, get it to where it's harder to tighten, and you just give it one half turn, then you're good. Don't over tighten that, because that gasket then can start leaking on you. So now we got our pan out. We know we got our plug nut in. So we're good. Move that off to the side.
Ooh,
You got that? Sorry, my boys coming out to enjoy. He's actually the reason why I started doing this stuff, so that way we're able to have him know how to do this stuff in case anything ever happened to me. I know it sounds bad. So, yep. Alright, so now I'm just going to pour this in there. I'm going to shoot for 4 quarts. I'll show you how the manufacturers have done this. I'll show you. How much you've actually been putting in. So So right now you have your quarts. That's 4 liters, 4 quarts, down to 3, 2. So right there is 1 quart. So I have put in almost enough. Let's go down a little bit more. I also had some that I flushed out. So. So now, next step, take my dipstick. I'm going to check the oil. So, what we're seeing here, we're about halfway in between the 2 circles. And add a little bit more. It's just oil, bud. Alright, so now I'm where I want to be, right up to that top circle. So it looks nice and clean. Alright, take this out. Always make sure you take your time. Just put this in. Make sure you remember that you put your filter in. Put your lug nut in. Make sure there's no gasket on that filter left behind. Alright, no tools left over. We're just going to start it up. Make sure that everything's running fine. Here. It sounds good out here in the spraying. Go underneath. Not seeing oil dropping. So, there we go. Now we officially changed our oil in less than 15 minutes and saved a lot of money. So, hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Really appreciate you taking the time to view this. If you will. If this helped, please like it. It helps me continue to do this stuff. So thank you so much. Have a great day.